With Season 2 of Vikings Valhalla drawing to a close, it most certainly seemed as though the season finale, and to be honest, the entirety of Season 2 was building towards what is going to occur in Season 3 of the show. With Freydis in Jomsborg, Leif and Harald in Constantinople, and Queen Emma with her suspicions of Earl Godwin, I think the story is far from over. So with that, I thought I'd take a look at all that was out there, including the release date, and give my theories and predictions on what I think could happen next. So let's get into it. Here is Vikings Valhalla Season 3, Everything We Know. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. The release date. In terms of a release date for Season 3 of the show, well, there's some good news about that. A Season 3 of the show has 100% been confirmed to be in the works and has been commissioned following on from the successful first season that it had. However, we do still know that it doesn't necessarily mean that it's safe from the cuts, as there's almost been a widespread cutting of shows on the platform recently. But for now, the news is positive and it's looking as though we will get a Season 3 of the show. With regards to the actual release date, the first season was released in February 2022, and the second season was released in January 2023. So if we're taking the past release dates into consideration, I would assume that it would be around another year until we see the likes of Freydis, Leif, and Harald Sigurdsson on our screen again. I'm going to predict a January 2024 release date where we'll have another 8 episodes of the show concluding the 24 episode commission. The cast. The cast of Vikings Valhalla are what makes this show so good. They embody the characters and deliver excellent performances that allow you to feel transported back to this world. With there being a couple of major deaths in Season 2 of the show, it most definitely means that we won't be seeing some characters returning to the show. The characters that won't be making appearances on screen again in Season 3 are Jorundur, Erikson, Alfawin, and Olaf, as they all met their fate at the hands of another. The most gutting one I think is Jorundur, as I feel he would have been a good character to have returned in later seasons. This means that in terms of the characters that will be returning, we'll see Freydis, Leif Erikson, Harald Sigurdsson, Elena, the Emperor, Batu, Kaysen, King Canute, Queen Emma, Earl Godwin, Princess Geitha, Gudrid, Hrefna, and I also think we'll see Forkbeard return too. I imagine we'll most likely be introduced to characters that we don't even know yet, and they'll go on to have large roles. I do feel we'll see more from the people of Jomsborg and also people in Constantinople. The story. Whilst Season 2 of the show didn't contain that much action or fight scenes, especially when compared to the first season of the show, I feel as though it was most certainly laying down the groundwork for a Season 3 that looks like it's going to be epic. Just like Season 2 of the show, I feel we'll most likely see 3 different stories unfolding, but I believe they'll collide in Season 3 when we see the fight for Norway occur, so despite being separated, they will all meet again. In terms of Queen Emma and Earl Godwin, I think we'll see the Queen still continuing to be suspicious of Earl Godwin, as I believe his main intention will be to work towards the vision that he had in his dream, and that was having a son sitting on the throne as King of England. With him marrying Princess Geitha towards the end of the second season, we saw that he was close to achieving that dream. However, I think that his new goal will be to get his future child closer to the next in line to the throne. It was never confirmed to us if it was Godwin who was behind the attempted taking out of the Queen, but with all of the clues and the way that the character acted towards the Queen, I think that it is most likely him. This means that we'll most likely see him continuing to be deceiving and doing all that he can to ensure that the Queen feels threatened and fearful all the time that she's in power. This could also have the opposite effect though and bring on the demise of Godwin, especially if King Canute finds out about what he could be up to, and I imagine it wouldn't be a nice way to go either. With regards to Harald Sigurdsson, we last saw him sailing into Constantinople after meeting with the Emperor and being rewarded for keeping Elena safe so she could become his bride and Empress. Harald originally set out on this venture to Constantinople to ask the Emperor for an army in order to take it to Forkbeard, Svein, and Canute in order to take the throne of Norway, as technically he is next in line. However, we saw him state that as he got closer to the destination, he started to question if it was what he actually wanted. Harald has a life of riches waiting for him in Constantinople as a reward from the Emperor, but I wonder if that will be enough to make him want to stay. Harald is somebody that I feel prefers power and the ability to be able to do right by the people that he's leading. With him finding out that Freydis was pregnant with his child, that may also be a driving factor for him to return back to Norway. We saw that he shared a kiss with the new Empress of Constantinople, Elena, so I wonder if his feelings for her could bring him a sense of confliction, as it did seem as though they struck up some kind of connection as the season gradually developed. However, I feel he's smart enough to know that if he tries to be with the Emperor's wife, he'll most likely be killed. So I think we'll see him return to Norway and be one half of an epic battle that's for the crown of Norway. Leif Erikson had a turbulent journey in Season 2 as he was struggling to get over the death of Liv from Season 1, but we saw that the scholar Miriam helped him with that struggle, and he ultimately fell in love with her, but she ended up dying too. Leif was introduced to a new side of life, and it was an academic side where he was learning, gaining, and becoming a smarter and better person. With him accompanying Harald into Constantinople, I feel we could see him enjoy his time in the location. Miriam left him a key to her house and said that it was now his, along with everything that was inside of it. She wanted him to use the resources to continue to build his knowledge and become a smarter person. We saw his gradual change throughout the season and it altered his mindset, so I think we will see him mainly focusing on that. If Harald leaves to go back to Norway, then I think it will be hard for Leif to leave, as he will be going back to all of the hurt that was in the past, but I think he will go with him and fight alongside him. This then leaves us with Freydis. We last saw Freydis as the leader of Jomsborg and identifying herself, something that she couldn't do at the start of the season, due to the fear of being found out and hunted. She negotiated peace in Kattegat after defeating Olaf and returning Svein to his mother. So for now, peace seems to be present between the two parties, but I don't think that will last for long. With the understanding that Freydis has a child with Harald Sigurdsson, the rightful heir to the throne of Norway, it means that he may one day be a threat in the future. If Vogbid returns to Kattegat, then I feel we'll most likely see that he'll want to alleviate the threat and take out Freydis and Harald, in order to ensure the safety of his grandchild and his place upon the throne. So I don't think that peace is going to be something that will be long lasting. I feel we'll also see Freydis mentoring Hrefna, as she appeared to remind her of herself when she was younger, so I think we will see their bond continuing to grow stronger. The main thing in Season 3 will be the Battle of Norway. That's what I'm predicting anyway. It's been something that's been simmering for a while now, and I feel Season 3 would be the perfect time for this to occur, where hopefully Harald Sigurdsson will win. Unfortunately for now, that's all that's known about Season 3 of the show. I'm sure more information will be released as we draw closer to the new release date of the show. So, there you have it, Vikings Valhalla Season 3, everything we know. If you want to see more videos such as endings explained, theories and predictions, and character breakdowns, then click on the I button, or alternatively you can head over to my channel where you'll find them all. If you'd like to give me a show or movie that you'd like me to review, then head over to my Twitter, @brainpilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. And finally, if you'd like to see what I rate the latest movies that don't quite make the cut to getting a dedicated video, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. It's where I rate the latest releases in real time. What do you think is going to happen next? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.